Hey Hardin County, it's Michelle Lavis. It's January 30th and we had a commissioners meeting today. Fred was out again. I don't know if he is still sick or if he had another meeting to go to, but Joe and Tim were there. The EMA Director Keith Severns came in and gave his monthly report. There were a couple spills that he reported in Q1, not a big deal. They're looking at, all right, so with the new president, and the federal has put a spending hold on all federal monies, and so some of the grants and things that they were looking at and applying to, they don't know. I mean, they're suspended until further notice. So they talked about that a little bit, that they're going to just lay back and kind of watch their spending. And remember, Keith is relatively new to our county, and so they've been going through a lot in kind of, the reorganization and shoring things up and, getting things better in line. And so as he's going through that, right, that he's just going to watch his spending. He wants to move, so we're the last county to move the LEPC underneath the EMA line item budget, so that Keith would be the director over Abe, who is at LEPC, and you're kind of mushing those two positions together. Doing that kind of opens up more funding that you can kind of slide back and forth. You may have more for EMA and less for LEPC, and this will kind of wash it out a little bit, and open you up to more grant opportunities. And so, like you said, I know Tim asked Keith to go ahead and put that in writing as a recommendation to get that moved over. I'm not sure, they talked about that before. So, but anyways, with the new Trump administration, those fundings are on hold. And if you guys follow kind of what's happening at the federal level, that Trump is, so FEMA did not do well in North Carolina. They are kind of dropping the ball on different things. And so Trump's kind of looking at getting rid of FEMA, federal emergency preparedness type things, and pushing it back to the states. And the states then are pushing it down to the counties, where the county is really the hub of local government. And so even though these grants are kind of drying up or maybe are on the rocks, it's still what Keith said he's hearing from other directors and leaders of the state is that they're looking at getting additional funding through the state, right? That it's just straight money. It's not maybe necessarily grant based, definitely not federal. And so that's going to be a really good thing. That's going to put more money in local pockets, more accessibility, more control for our local emergency preparedness to be, for our county. One thing that Trump talks a lot about is how FEMA comes in and they don't know the area, they don't know the roads, they don't know what needs to be done because they're kind of foreign to that location, where local governments, when they're properly funded and have the manpower that they need, that they know the area. You know your roads, you know where the people are and how to work with them. And so, that's really exciting change, but something that you're just going to have to kind of watch and see how that plays out. But they want to get that EMA LEPC thing worked out so that it's ready to go. He talked about again, assessments, with the grants going away, which I'm not sure how they do the assessments. I know they'll have to put it on the ballot on the ballot. It has to go out to a vote to the townships and the villages. So I don't know if it's on the ballot, but it has to go to each one of those to be voted on. And there's a per person assessment, which it's been 30 cents for a long, long time. Everybody else is 50 cents and higher. And so Keith wants to move that up to 50 cents per person. That will give them the money that they've lost in the grants, plus some additional monies, and then they want to increase it 5% each year. And these are 3-year terms, and so you'll get your initial raise, and then it'll go up 5% each year, so that you don't have such a hit on that 3rd year, you know, kind of where you're banking a lot of money, and then it kind of dwindles at the end, and so then you're kind of scraping by, you know, which these are all the things that you say with forward planning we want to see with like our water departments and things that, you know, they keep a base rate and they don't increase it every year, and so then you have to do a 5-10% increase because you're not incrementally increasing it. So good for him. The other thing is he talked about having a EOC. So they got a oh, where is it? So a full function drill, which I'm, you know, don't know what that is, but it means that everybody's on board. He mentioned that it might be located out at Jerez. The commissioners are going to, they have a seat at the table, and that would be at the sheriff's station, the EOC building, during this. And so they're looking at it here in maybe March timing. And so that's where everybody kind of goes. They have a mock drill and make sure that, you know, the phone systems and the, you know, all the things work, and everybody has, you know, it's just a training exercise for if something were to happen. And so that's pretty exciting. Let's see, there's a couple injuries for lost control, and other than that, nothing too big. You know, he mentioned some additional changes. Like I said, he's kind of coming in, getting everything worked out and in a good place. And so, you know, he's already looking years out with moving a coordinator to a deputy director, and so that they can share more jobs across the board and those kind of things. And so it's just nice to hear somebody come in and have a plan, not just for the short term, but also for the long term, of saying, you know, this is where we are, we're in a good place, but we're going to be in a better place later on. You know, Kenton at least is in a unique situation because we have 5 state routes that come in. We have a lot of trucks that come through our area, and so you know, it's something that we need to be, you know, watchful and looking after. And you know, the last time he was in, he talked about the fire that was at the transmission, electrical transmitters, and we were going to get a new one. The last time it was still smoldering, but it was okay. It was just burning up mineral oil, and that AEP was going to be putting in a new one. So I don't know if that one's done or not. Something we should check up on, but still it'd be nice to have something that's new. The old one, it was 40-50 years old, so that'll be in a good place. So anyways, that was kind of it. Garmin Miller's coming back in to discuss re-roofing updates. Hopefully with the nice weather, they'll be able to get in. They'll be able to get in to finish the roof, other than they have North Detroit Street all blocked off, which is where they were driving their crane on, which they already cracked the concrete. So I don't know that they're going to let them come up on the concrete on the new side where it was just poured. So you know, they kind of missed their window of having it done. So anyways, I'm sure they'll figure it out, and we'll read the notes later because I'm going home and taking care of my family, and it's beautiful out, and so we're probably going to enjoy some of the sunshine. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll see you on Tuesday. All right, bye.